Hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life. That is the digital asset space. Good morning. I forget what day. Happy Friday. Is it Friday? Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Listen, this is an interesting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class. That it's a digital asset space. We're going to hear from Hugo Villian of Flare Networks. And if you are expecting some Flare tokens from an exchange, you're going to want to get the latest and greatest update on what is going on there. It looks like the powers that be are going after CZ Binance, and I believe United States Tether as well, or what I should say is USDT. I hope you caught that. I hope you caught that. Because it looks as though the powers that be have made their decision on a stable coin, and it ain't USDT. That's what it's looking like to me. And it looks as though the powers that be, which is the banking regulators, have to say, look, yeah, we can't have this dude be at the top and be the world's #1 exchange. We're not having that. So it looks as though they're going after CZ. That's what it looks like to me. Very, very concerted effort to do so. I heard Raoul Paul just the other day say that he believes that it very well, that Binance very well may be a China state controlled operation. That is very, very interesting. But he did say that. He was in an interview with the Wolf of Wall Street's and Mike Alfred and Raoul Paul and some other guy, I forget his name, but that's what they said. So, I don't know, but that is interesting. Kevin O'Leary just doesn't quite seem to get the madness, and he's like he's doubling down, and he keeps doubling down on Sam Bankman-Fried. I don't understand his thinking or his logic. I don't understand it, but we'll get into that. Listen, the market is doing what the market does. We'll cover the numbers for you as well, guys. And don't forget, if you ever would consider, if you'd like to support the channel, don't forget to check out the Crypto Siege merch. Check out the Crypto Siege's merch here. Let me share this. I know you guys out in the podcast world can't see this, but it's the Old Money Doesn't Want You to Win t-shirt. I'm kind of a big fan. I'm a big fan of it. The people that did the work for us did a really, really good job. Really, really like it. And we got the ladies version as well. This is my favorite one. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah, it's that one. I kind of like that for the ladies there. Grab yourself some merch if you want to support the channel. The link hopefully will be in the description. Sometimes I forget to put it in there. If I do forget to put that link in the video, just comment, would you put the link in the video, or would you put the link somewhere so I can grab one? And because I do read all the comments, so I will see it in the comments. A comment, if you want one, say, I want one. I want one for me. I want one from the missus. Let me know, and I'll be sure to get it to you. Let's go over the numbers, because look, this market is something. My guy, Gareth Soloway is like, it could be mid to late 2023 just for the possibility of a bull run, just for the possibility of a freaking bull run. But it is very likely to be a bear market for the next 18 months. That is a very likely scenario. I'm glad I'm in DeFi, man. I'm glad I'm just able to earn some stuff in DeFi, because, man, brutal. Of course, we all know our biggest earnings, our biggest money was deposited on Celsius Network. Celsius Network went down, so our cash flow just went zero. It went to zero, right? You can't get that. Can't get it. Can't get access to it. It's going to be a while to even get 40% of it or 30% of it. So yeah, so that was our cash flow. That was our monthly, that was our monthly gig for a lifestyle. That was our monthly gig for our business, the cash flow for our business. Yeah, all that came to a halt with this whole Chapter 11 thing. It's cool to have some, but if you don't have access to it, then what do you got? What do you got? Yeah, so that's the interesting stuff there. So let's go to the market, guys. Look, the total cryptocurrency market cap is at 858 billion. By the way, that's down from over 3 trillion at one time. At one time, it's an all-time high. Bitcoin dominance is at 38%. You know, like we like to say on this channel, yeah, that is not a great number. Guys, be sure to check out CoinGecko.com. Love everything they're doing there with this, with their website. Download the app. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Got some great stuff on here: portfolios, coins, new coins, gains and losers, gainers and losers. You can click on the Arbitrum ecosystem, the Near protocol ecosystem, and the Avalanche ecosystem. They just continue to do more and more great stuff over there. Highly recommend it. Bitcoin is trading at $16,977. Ethereum is trading at $1,205. So Bitcoin is below 17,000. Ethereum is $1,200, and XRP is at 36 cents. Let me see something here. 36 cents for XRP. Yeah, that's just interesting stuff. I'm not going to get into the whole Matt Hamilton drama on Twitter. It's really disheartening, and the stance that he has taken. I thought him to be an open-minded guy, but apparently he is not. And that's all I am going to say. I am going to defer to all the value add that he has done in the past to the community. So let's get into some interesting stuff. Fortune came out about Gary Gensler. Jeremy Hogan tweeted about this. This dude. Take a listen to this quote. Jeremy Hogan tweeted this out the other day. Scathing article from Forbes magazine. It was actually Fortune magazine. Headlines that SEC Chair Gensler has botched crypto regulation. No kidding. Looks like the cows have come home to roost. Jeremy is funny. Then he references the Fortune article. Interesting stuff there. Very interesting. Gary Gensler's PR stunt can't hide how he botched crypto regulations. This is by Jeff John Roberts, December 14th. Oh man, that was a good friend of mine's birthday, and I forgot to wish her happy birthday. The Securities and Exchange Commission sent out a statement to reporters early Tuesday at 2:10 a.m., 2:10 in the morning, Eastern time, to be precise, to announce its charges against Sam Bankman-Fried. Turns out the timing of the email didn't make much sense, since these sorts of communications typically go out between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. But it did make sense if you're familiar with the motives of Gary Gensler, the SEC's embattled chairman. Jeff John says it's only a guess, but the unusual timing of this email was likely an effort to preempt the Justice Department's, which had announced it would unveil criminal charges against Bankman-Fried on Tuesday morning. By getting his agency's complaint out first, we've had how many people is talking about just seems a little rushed. It seems a little rushed. Seems a little rushed. Gensler was presumably hoping he could soak up credit on a day when SBF was being brought to justice. 10,000% correct. Such a behavior is par for the course for Gensler, who in October took the unusual step of making a Twitter video to announce an SEC fine against Kim Kardashian, releasing it early on a Monday morning for maximum publicity. The Kardashian fine involved a relatively minor crypto boondoggle from June of 2021, but it did involve an A-list celebrity, so Gensler was all over it. We all know that. We've been in the space, we know the deal. This media grandstanding is a tiresome, but especially so given how Gensler claims to ride herd over the crypto markets, yet has repeatedly missed a series of colossal frauds, including the Terra stablecoin and the lenders Voyager and Celsius, costing investors billions of dollars in the process. And then there is FTX. The SEC's complaint says Bankman-Fried's crypto exchange was a scam from the time it launched 3 years ago, raising the question of why Gensler didn't pick up on that and warned people to stay away. This is what I said in the beginning about the SEC when it came to Celsius. Like, where was he? Where was the SEC? Now we all know that Chair Gensler was meeting with FTX numerous times and trying to slip one in, trying to pull one over, not just the digital asset space, but the entire financial space. Because this dude, SBF, was trying to do some crazy stuff and he got called out by the CEO of the CME. Absolutely crazy. Where was Gary Gensler? How did he protect investors? This dude's position was merely about turning over the digital asset space to TradFi, like the Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and for his political aspirations, you give us this and we'll give you that. Secretary Treasury. Period, point blank, full stop. That's the bottom line. Bottom line. I'm going to finish the article here. It says, what is he? Members of both parties are on to his game. Members of both parties are on to his game, but it's too soon to count Gensler out. He has the support of the powerful Senator Elizabeth Warren and her progressive acolytes, never heard of that, ACOLYTES, and high-placed connections from his days at Goldman Sachs and as the CFO for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Still, it feels like just a matter of time until Gensler is forced out and the White House appoints someone to do the job he was supposed to do. Create a regulatory framework that in the case of crypto protects retail investors and allows good actors to build innovative crypto and blockchain companies on American shores. Well, it couldn't happen soon enough. Here's Kevin Leary on Squawk Box. Just not a great look, my guy. CZ Binance called me a liar, says Kevin Leary, and suggested I perjured myself in front of the U.S. Senate for 2 hours this week. I can assure you that was not the case, says Kevin Leary. He says he's part of the story too. CZ is part of the story. Breaking news from Bitcoin Archive. Binance Auditor deletes the proof of reserves assessment from his website and pauses all work with crypto clients, including Crypto.com and KuCoin. This is according to CoinDesk. Now, Mike Alford was on the show with Wolf of Wall Street, and he just damned and cursed and called out the Binance, CD and the Binance is just a big time fraud. It's according to Mike Alford. This is the guy who was turning people on to Celsius. So what are you going to do about your assets that are on exchange? Got to be careful. I think this is an interesting thing here from Nathan Price. I'm going to share this. Look. Ms. Carolyn Rogers, the Secretary General of the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, Bank for International Settlements, says, Dear Ms. Rogers, this is something that Ripple wrote to these people here at the BIS, Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, Bank for International Settlements. Ripple welcomes the opportunity to comment on the consultative document on the prudential treatment of crypto assets exposures published by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision. So Ripple, you know, they put something out, the entity will put something out and it gives you an opportunity to comment on it. This is Ripple's comment that came out September 10th of 2021. And, you know, they're stating some obvious stuff that we know. It says here, talking about XRP, this is coming from the people from Ripple. While we do not purport to advise on all digital assets, we believe that crypto assets used by regulated financial institutions and payment providers are a bridge or exchange for. So payment services such as XRP are inherently less risky than other digital assets that could be deemed investment or security, since XRP does not present any counterparty risk and does not grant the holder any claim against or control over an issuer. The value of XRP is set by the market forces as it is traded on over 100 crypto exchanges, right? And they know here that the FCA has recognized that XRP is a hybrid exchange utility token. They have some other stuff pointing to the FCA. And then here's hybrid token here. It can be classified as debt or equity securities if they share the characteristics of asset tokens. And again, the FCA put this report out prohibiting the sale to retail clients of investment products that reference digital assets. We could live in a world again that this digital asset space might only be accessible to accredited investors. I know Crypto Eddie and Ginfinity is very, very close to a program and a course where you can begin to take the Series 65 exam. It will be free of charge. Interesting stuff that it will be free. That is very, very cool. Because it's looking like accredited investor is going to just have to be something that you're going to want to have in your bag, because they may very well turn this space over to just accredited investors only and take it out of the hands of the majority of the masses and retail investors. That is a very likely, highly likely possibility. I'm going to end with Hugo sharing us and giving us an update on what's going to happen to those people who had Spark tokens distributed to them via exchanges, FTX and Celsius Network. Take a listen to this. Let's go right here.
Obviously, we've had some exchange collapses, FTX, Celsius, Voyager, and some of the folks who participated in the snapshot on those exchanges. I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. There's no chance of them getting their Flare tokens, it seems like. Is there any alternative way that they could get their tokens, or it's out of your hands? It's the exchanges.
So it's completely out of our hands, with the exception of we are trying to talk to those companies, which are now run by lawyers, and say to them, please ask your customers for a Flare address and tell us how much Flare your customers should receive. Now, we can't do this through screenshots, which lots of people have suggested, because we'll get thousands.
So a couple of things there. I don't know when this video was recorded, but he said he was going to be on the phone with the people from Celsius as well. So what they're trying to do is trying to get the customers, right? Because since it's in Chapter 11, there'll be record of the customers. There'll be records of who had XRP. Thus, you can figure out what amount of Flare token they would be able to get, right? So that's a very, very easy thing to do. The challenge is, where will the lawyers and the people running these bankruptcies cooperate? That's going to be the challenge. Now, FTX apparently only had 5 million XRP, which is nothing, according to Hugo, on the exchange. So it's not a whole lot of people affected on FTX, but Celsius, massive amount of people had their XRP there. And it's kind of the same thing, kind of like where I initially was receiving yield on my XRP, then they stopped it. And I left my XRP on there to do the the airdrop thing, and I just never took it. I never took it off of there. Or then eventually I did take it off, and then I did a loan and whatever, right? So that's what happened to a vast majority of the people. So for the airdrop, I was there with my XRP, and so I'm entitled to a certain amount of Flare tokens there. So the addresses are easily accessible and, more importantly, easily verified. Now, I had been in communication with the people from the law firm and or group, the Celsius UCC, who are in communications, sort of like the liaison with Flare. I spoke with her via DM on Twitter a couple of times, but it has been a while. So I am going to reach out to her again on Twitter and kind of see where she is with that, because it's a very, very simple thing. But I believe ultimately Alex Mashinsky has to agree to do it. If you just say, give me, like, we don't want your CTO Nuke to get on there and do something. Just give us the address, just the address. because everyone has their separate addresses. Just give us the addresses and we'll be able to send the Spark token, Flare token rather, directly to those addresses. And so now we know that this has been done. You know, I am heavily involved in Celsius in the different Chapter 11 groups and the UCC. So when we get on the horn with them again on the 20th, I believe we'll be able to get on the horn with them again via Twitter Spaces. I'm going to bring this up. Hey, what's going on there? This is what happened. Because it seems to be very, very little, if any, attention being allocated, time and resources being allocated to solving a very, very simple thing. So that's the latest and greatest on there. I will keep you guys updated. Listen, that wraps up the XRP Ripple Daily News in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit the like button, hit that like button so we can break the YouTube algorithm that has put this channel under a shadow ban, because I speak the truth. If you enjoyed the hangout, do me a favor, please consider subscribing to the channel so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.